is working decently well. Right now, at the prototype mode and taking it forward. At the same time, while working on this, looking into areas like ECI, which we did again with the multiple partners, which was an Indo-Sweden in terms of innovation accelerators for renewable energy. As renewable energy is a major kind of task before all of us, how we can take it forward. Our belief is we is the new I. If we believe that we is a new I, we reinforces I and I reinforces we, I'm sure we can move forward with the thought process of collaboration and partnerships all the time, and even internationalization. We change, Honorable Minister Sir, we changed our name to We School, because in 2008 we failed. While we are on the track of leadership and innovation, innovation won't happen unless and until we learn to work through heterogeneity, diversity, working through opposable minds. And believe me, but the way in which, whatever way you could see us standing in the marketplace today, that is because of this. And we created platforms on multiple occasions for multiple stakeholders to and leverage on our strengths. And we are trying to see ourselves as a social transformation lab. And in smart city, definitely our role as an educational institution is going to be very critical. I must share with you, Honorable Minister, sir, I asked the previous Chief Minister of Maharashtra in one of the occasion, I said, what is the social fabric which you are looking forward to maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line? Unfortunately, there was no answer. Somewhere, at least, when we are trying to conceive the idea of smart city and starting from a scratch, I'm sure we should foresee that are we trying to build the society which is caring society? I'm sure, I think Satish Mode wrote a very good book on caring revolution. And we are more than convinced about this entire thought process. And our contribution will be always there. And I must compliment Suhas and the team and Arunda ji for Vidyan Bharati for taking such a lead. An institution like us, who are self-financed, would be more than happy to really join hands with you for the national movement and to take this agenda for the better quality life for tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that thought-provoking address, giving an overview of all the good work that is being done under your leadership. We are indeed very proud of you. I would now like to present to you someone who has been instrumental in transforming TCS into a global leader in the field of information and technology. Shri S. Ramadurai is the recipient of the Padma Bhushan for his commitment and contribution to the IT industry. He was also awarded the Commander of the Order of the British Empire by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II for his contribution to the Indo-British economic relations. He is the chairman of the National Skill Development Council, Government of India. May I request you, sir, to come and please address us. Thank you very much for being here with us. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Honorable Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, Minister for Urban Development of India, Shri Madhav Chitale, Dr. Suhas Pednekar, Shri Arun Nanda, Professor Uday Salunke, Shri Ranjit Chavan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good morning to all of you. It's an honor and a privilege to be invited at this Smart Cities Conference organized by Vigyan Bharati in Mumbai. You all know that I come from a technology background, and I could perhaps talk about the hardware, software, and networking that a smart city will require. However, smart cities are not just technology, but much more. In my mind, I've always thought about a smart ecosystem as a self-sufficient, self-reliant, comprehensive yet efficient system. From this perspective, I feel that a smart city should look at the entire life cycle of its most important constituent, the people, and ensure that this life cycle is managed in a sustainable, comfortable, and efficient way, while ensuring that the people have a great quality of life. And hence the parameters by which I measure a smart city are quality, are the needs of the people met from a work, play, entertainment, medical, utilitarian perspective. Second, efficiency. Is the city governed efficiently in terms of the money spent towards managing it? Sustainability. Is the city feeding off the planet's resources, or is it replenishing it in a sustainable manner? This is in line with how good business is conducted. Always put the customer first. Just as businesses can learn to stay close to their customers, cities which exist to serve its citizens must learn to do the same. Smart cities must be designed to treat citizens as central to their existence. A smart city should be safe, reliable, affordable to access and deliver services at world-class levels consistently. Now, let's imagine a smart city. As a citizen of a smart city, you are given a unique ID and an account which enables you to avail of numerous public digital services. Instead of visiting separately the respective websites of the local authorities, as is being currently done, you can access all these services from a single identity. Example, when you move to a new house, you have to log into the city portal and update your new address. You can now request for a telephone connection as well as a gas connection or an electricity connection to be transferred by just logging into your account once. Various services include healthcare. Taxes can now be provided through the same account view. Similarly, payment of all your public services like utility bills, property tax, or birth and death certificate can now be done online from one place. You no longer need to be burdened by remembering numerous usernames, passwords for different websites of the different departments. For any type of grievance redressal, there would be a central system which would triage the request to the right department, and there would be a centralized tracking which is accessible by mobile in real time. There would always be a defined escalation path, and of course, as is done nowadays, use of social media like Twitter, Facebook for escalating complaints would be encouraged to ensure prompt attention. Now, all information related to the city and municipality will be openly displayed on the portal and could be freely used, reused, and redistributed by anyone. Data from numerous websites will move to a single portal, and the platform will also enable entrepreneurs to deliver and innovate using large volumes of this data. Example, when you look at London, the transportation department shares its traffic data openly, and this has prompted developers to create new apps using this data which make travel more efficient for millions of users. This also has another hidden advantage. Due to the inherent transparency associated, it will automatically put a check on corruption and other malpractices across various areas. Of course, as smart city citizens, we need to agree to provide data by allowing sensors to be put in our homes, our cars or infrastructure we use, in return for receiving value-added services that process this data into insights and responds based on such insights. For example, I am able to get information on the average water and power usage in houses in my new neighborhood. It informs me on peak power and water usage times and advises me to use these utilities at off-peak times and avail of concessions. Such smart grids can also be used for street lighting, where LEDs and smart controllers enable reduced energy consumption according to the footfall and traffic analysis. In fact, I should be able to maintain not just a temporary or annual calendar, but a lifelong calendar on the website. This should enable the city to understand my needs relating to my age and lifestyle and offer the best opportunity, support, and management required at any point in my life. This leads to a concept of a prosumer, where a smart city citizen is both a producer as well as a consumer. Citizens will provide data and receive services. This will also offer insights in the city administrators on managing the city resources and planning for the future. The next one I just want to touch upon is the participatory governance. On similar lines of the mygov.in portal launched by the government last year, a focused city-based portal can be created to be used for citizen participation in the policy-making and governance process of the city. Citizens can now vote online on which proposal should be funded. Citizens, through discussions and voting, will identify spending priorities among various sectors and specific works and areas. Thus, we have both top-down engagement from the city officials and bottom-up citizen conversations, participation and feedback in the decision-making process using communication channels. The recent iBus experiment in Indore, where public participated in the development of the rapid transit system, and the social media and seminars were used to explain the project outcomes, is an example and an excellent example of participatory project planning. When we look at role model cities, having got into the details of a smart city and its various aspects, do we have an existing role model city? In a recent report by Juniper Research, it has compiled a list of top 5 smart cities. Barcelona in Spain was named the top smart city of the world. This was followed by New York, London, Nice, and Singapore. The author focuses on 2 overarching benefits of smart cities: sustainability and efficiency. There were various metrics taken like involvement in the smart grid, smart traffic and parking, as well as smart street lighting, citizen engagement, technological capability, and use of open data, to name a few. We can learn the best practices from such role model smart cities as we set about in our journey. Now, the other one was developing skills to use smart cities. Smart cities need smart citizens to leverage all its facilities. We need to ensure that citizens have the right skills to be able to use the benefits of smart cities. I'm reminded of numerous examples wherein products and services have failed just because people did not use them correctly or found difficult to use. All the citizens in smart cities must have the right skills to use its facilities, else we will continue to have the same serpentine queues at government offices, the long waiting times at customer call centers. Developing the right technological skills to take advantage of all the features offered by smart cities is of paramount importance to all citizens as well as the government. While I see a lot of focus being done on the development of smart cities, this social aspect of skill development seems to be understated and is certainly a key success of the smart city. Though I must add that India is sitting at an advantage in this regard. A large number of Indians are digital natives, 15 to 25-year-olds with 5 or more years of online experience. India is only next to China and the US in sheer numbers of digital natives. In fact, International Telecommunication Union report of 2013 states that India has 23 million digital natives, and in the next 3 years the numbers will double. These are the young people who never go to a railway station or a bus terminal or even a cinema hall to book at the ticket. It's all done on the palm of their hands through a smartphone. Their online shopping experience tells them what their peers are buying and reading. Their social networks tell them what insurance to buy, what product was a disaster. They do their banking with a few clicks of a button. With India poised to be the world's youngest country, smart cities will be an ideal environment to meet the expectation of internet-savvy young Indians. With all these advantages, I must also add a small note of caution about smart cities. By posting various types of data about themselves, citizens are making themselves vulnerable. For instance, social networks are transparent networks, and this openness must not be used for targeted attacks. At the same time, there could be cyber attacks wherein hackers take control of the entire system, or in this case, the entire smart city. Citizens need to be trained to use the system effectively, taking care to share only what is necessary. People are to be educated and allowed to evolve with the ecosystem. Cyber security is a very critical aspect in the planning and development of smart cities. The smart city ecosystem has to be protective and evolve with its citizens. It is good that many cities are planned in the satellite towns and mid-tier towns in India, thus extending services beyond the biggest metropolises, allowing citizens from rural urban backgrounds to participate. In the corporate world, we use the word SMART as a mnemonic acronym to guide us in setting of objectives. Each letter in SMART refers to a different criterion for judging objectives. S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time-bound. As we progress ahead in the smart city journey, we must ensure that we use these criteria for setting the objectives towards attaining our Honorable Prime Minister's vision of 100 smart cities in India. I hope that in this two-day conference, we are able to come out with some actionable items towards achieving inclusive economic growth and environmental sustainability brought about by smart cities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for highlighting how technology has changed our lives and how we can use it to build smart cities. Thank you also for flagging all the best examples of the world so that we can benchmark ourselves as we move along. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's move on. May I now invite Dr. Madhav Chitare, Chief Mentor of this conference, laureate Stockholm Water Prize, which is equivalent to the Nobel Prize, renowned environmentalist and habitat expert, to deliver his keynote address. Big round of applause for Dr. Madhav Chitale.
Honorable Union Minister Naiduji, dignitaries on the dais and friends. Today we are all here in an academic campus of excellence. And as Kalidas had said, when Dushyanta entered the ashrama, that we had to cast aside our other things and enter the ashram with modesty and a feeling of learning. So we are here to learn on this new subject, which the United Nations has been sponsoring and pursuing over the last 10 years, as to how the urbanization should take place. And in that overall process of urbanization, what is the role that the smart cities should play in future? We have, world as a whole, we have come to this stage almost over a 2 decades effort